where people can heal their addictions, find a career path, that will provide, in the near future, a place for them to be, to have a roof over their heads, to go to work and do what is expected of society, the things that we do. We work, we pay rent, we pay our bills, we heal addictions when needed. So we can be that, we can comply with the societal expectations. And I guess that's it, because
yeah, I agree. We've heard a lot of reasons, causes, and I echo the same sentiments. It has a lot to do with mental health issues, right? It has a lot to do with the drug addiction. And we have to be honest, sometimes people are choosing to live that way. As a different avenue, though, I think it's just as important to address preventative measures, to be proactive. As I worked for the State of Nevada Welfare Division and Child Support Division, there were a lot of families and individuals who would come in to apply and who fell short. They just couldn't meet the matrix to get help. If we have preventative measures before someone finds themselves without a home, right? Before they find themselves in peril, that's how we can help our community as well. I love the idea of partnering. Definitely it's the job of the City Council to go out to obtain funds, to find partnerships, to demand from the county we need help. We're a small city. We're not as big as Hillsborough or Beaverton, so frankly, we get left behind quite often. And you know who suffers? It's our community. It's those who are struggling and find themselves without shelter, without supplies. Another big thing, I think, is the City Council has to have a plan. And within that plan, we have to have ordinances. If you don't have ordinances, you don't have expectations, right? So an ordinance helps you to live within those guidelines. It helps to have action. So many times we hear, oh, I'm sorry, there's nothing we can do. Well, that's because there's not ordinances. Of course, we have to do that within the legal parameters that are set, but a plan, ordinances, and support. Support from our nonprofits, from our faith-based organizations, from our community. You will find that many people want to help, they just don't know how to get involved. And as a City Council, we can bridge those efforts.
sorry about that.
Lots of great answers tonight. Homeless touched my heart. We have some nurses in the house, correct? I'm in the long-term care field. I've been doing it for 20 years. I took in 2 staff that were homeless. They needed a job. One had 3 kids, and one was a single parent with 1 child. So we housed them. I asked the vendor, the owner, can we house them in our facility to make sure that they're educated? One was a druggie, had some issues with drugs, but we educate them. There's no cause for homelessness. There's a lot of causes for homeless. Homeless is something that we have to work as collaboration, involvement, involving the community, vendors. A story about Las Vegas. If you're all aware about Helping Hands of Nevada. A young lady's a CEO and worked with vendors like Wells Fargo, Umpqua Bank, all these big people that can bring in the funds to help with homeless. Her question was, do you have a crisis center that people can go when they are homeless? Do you know did you did a survey to where which area of Forest Grove has more homeless, less homeless, 20% here and 20% there? There's a lot of funding in Washington County. It's a matter of us asking for that funding. We have to do our research to see where, do we have 80% homeless in Forest Grove, 50% homeless in Forest Grove, or 10% in Forest Grove? If we don't do our homework of collecting information of what percentage we have in Forest Grove, we don't ask for the funding. Us as council members is to work together as a team, come up with a plan, present it to the legislature that we do have a homeless problem in Forest Grove, and work together as a team to come up with a plan, present it, do a survey, collect information, and go from there. Because City of Forest Grove is beautiful. And if we have 80% homeless in here, it's not going to be a pretty city.
priority for Forest Grove if you get elected. And I am allowing 1 minute for this question. And we will start with, I forgot about the microphone. Sorry. We will start with, this one's messed up. Karen.
So my number one priority would be building a working relationship with council members and the mayor. A cohesive working relationship will allow for progress in our community. The council consists of 7 people with different backgrounds, giving us the diversity to look at issues from different perspectives. I see it as a powerful force when we work together, work towards solutions for our homeless issue, and make the public more aware of what's going on in their neighborhoods and report any suspicious activity, and that we definitely have transparency between the council and the community.
My number one priority for the city of Forest Grove, as a council person, if I'm elected, is to bring in more voices and representation in what we're talking about and who we're hearing from. The subcommittees that are formed are a good start. There's more participants, there's a little bit broader of a range of people involved, but we're not really hearing from anyone yet. Putting notices on the city page is not enough. Putting things out through Facebook is not enough. The mailer is a good start, but we're not really hearing back from people. And there are a lot of different communities invested in what is going to happen in Forest Grove. Along those lines, healing the divisions that divide us right now, I know that there are different feelings of safety among different subgroups in Forest Grove, and we've got to bring those together and create safe spaces for all of us.
I just want to point out that in our agenda, the original one, there was 2 minutes for this question. I just checked, so I'm just saying because I prepared. I don't know if the rest of the group is feeling the same way, so I just want to stand up for us and advocate for maybe 2 minutes since we're ahead of schedule as well. But then also, if they need more time, they should get.
Well, we have plenty of time, so I'm fine with that. So, Karen started, do you want an additional?
I'm done.
She's got a minute left.
Do you want an additional minute?
Sure. Okay. Thank you.
Okay, so one of the ways to help bring people together is working with, addressing a lot of the other questions we've had, but helping uplift youth helps uplift everyone. One of the things that we can do to help heal our community is bring people together more in public spaces. Market is a great start. We're investing in our parks. There's conversation about our rec center. We need to bring people more outside of our comfort zone, knowing our neighbors, caring for each other, interacting, to help cross those divides so we're not just interacting with people who think and feel like us.
My first priority as mayor will be team building. I want to build a strong team ready to face challenges and celebrate successes together. The council will have a new mayor for the first time in 12 years. We will also potentially have 2 to 3 new councilors. This is a huge turnover, and in my memory, I think it's the biggest change this council's experienced. It is important that we get to know each other, learn our skill sets, so we can leverage those to work together and make good policy. As mayor, I will foster a culture of listening, learning, trust, and mutual respect. We have many different opinions, but if we have a culture of respect and trust, we can have discussions where collaboration and compromise happen. It is in those compromises where effective policy for 26,000 people happen. One question people have been asking me lately is, what have you done on council? You've been on council for 8 years. What have you accomplished? As I sit there and listen, I never know what to answer because I have accomplished nothing. We, as a team, as a council, have accomplished a lot of really cool stuff. It is us together. The mayor has the same vote as a councilor. We are a team, right? And I want to shout out our city staff because we make the policy and they carry it out. We have a fantastic city staff. So I want to take the momentum that Mayor Truax has built along with the council and continue that with this new council. I truly believe that connecting human beings to each other and a common goal is the best way to address challenges and achieve desired results. Thank you.
greatest desire and hope and focus would be on creating a broader sense of community by embracing our diversity, by pursuing equity, and including everyone in town as our neighbors. Also increasing the public's trust in city government and its services. Without community trust or support, all of our plans, all of our hopes, and all of our desires as families, as businesses, have little chance of sustained success. A trustworthy and fair local government is paramount to our faith in democracy. Look, we're all neighbors. We need to learn to live together, play together, and thrive together as families. We're small enough city still to share in our joys and our sorrows together. We need to learn to live together. We need to learn to live together with respect, compassion, and yes, love. We must grow our sense of togetherness. We need to reach out to each other, especially those who are vulnerable and less fortunate. We must overcome the polarization that has gripped our nation and driving a wedge between us and fomenting discontent in our lives. We need to treat each other with respect and dignity, be open, honest, with respectful civic dialogue, and we need to provide customer-focused city services that are sustainable for the next 150 years. I'm deeply committed and passionate about this. I have sworn an oath on many occasions